I got to talk. I got to tell what I feel. I got to talk about my life as I see it. Biggie.
Welcome back to another episode of Blunts and Coffee. It's your boy Pat.
It's your boy Will, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Happy New Year. It's Cam.
And man, so this is gonna be our first recorded video going into 2021, man. That's crazy.
Yes,
I haven't written down the date yet, so it's not really official. That's the way I think about it.
Oh,
So I write down 2021. It's not official. But man, we got a lot to get into today, man. A lot to dissect. A lot of shit been happening, man. And it's crazy because we really thought this was gonna be a new year, new us, huh? We thought 2021 was gonna be a year of change, and it seems like we still in that same bullshit, y'all.
Yeah.
And my boy Cam took out the time to name a very historic day in the U.S. history.
So we all just lived a very traumatic day, a very impactful day, a day that's going to be in the history books for a long time.
It's going to be in the textbook.
So I just want to say that was our moment. We lived through T-Day.
T-Day, y'all.
T-Day.
Write that down.
Yep. T-Day was a very historic day where a few individuals who were big Trump supporters decided to storm the Capitol and take back what was theirs. The election that they had already lost. So, shouts out to those people, man. Shouts out to all the people that can live a lie and truly believe that it's the truth. That's a special talent, man. To just completely disregard the truth and continue to choose to live a lie. It's unfortunate to see people get hurt. You know,
yeah,
even if they did ask for it and they had every opportunity to not get hurt.
Many of them deserved it.
A lot of them did deserve it. But it is still traumatic because you never want to see people lose their lives over somebody else controlling their thought process and their perception on what is reality and what's not. So Trump needs to really take responsibility for his actions, and he needs to know the weight of his voice. You know, a lot of people are going to follow him off the cliff. They'll follow him off the cliff.
They said they would. Exactly. I would die for President Trump.
Right? And that motherfucker wouldn't even stop on the side of the road to give you a ride.
You know what I'm saying?
On the road, if you was stranded on the road. He would just be, that's a poor guy. I'm just going to keep rolling. Right? So why would you risk everything for a guy that don't even give a fuck about you? He only cares about himself. You
really got to break it down to him, man, because I remember here I am, what was it, Tuesday afternoon? It's usually when I take my Tuesday afternoon nap. But, you know, you got to take, your work day now. Everybody got, your quarantine, work day nap is at 2 o'clock. But before I could, man, nice. I hear you. But before I could, man, you hop on Twitter and I just see thousands of just yellow faces, man, just up in arms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the building because at first I couldn't see the building. I was like, is that the Capitol? Is this happening right now? This live footage? And I'm talking about live footage of these angry white people just storming the place. And I'm just, my first reaction was I just started laughing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, wow, this shit is getting funnier. I can't imagine shit is getting funnier. Like, damn, I'm so mad. And I'm watching this shit, man, and these people so crazy, man. You see, like, the signs they holding up, the Trump 2020, they throwing up the Antifa signs and stuff like that. And they hung a fucking noose, like, across the street from the fucking Capitol. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? You know what I'm saying?
About some votes?
About some votes, right? And so, you got these people who feel that they have been wronged and whatnot, and they storm the Capitol. But a lot of people got to know, just for, historical, content or whatever, before they stormed the Capitol, this nigga Trump was giving these niggas the go. You know what I'm saying? He said the fight isn't over. Giving the thumbs up. He pretty much, incentivized these people, encouraged them to go take over the Capitol.
Yeah.
And these people were stupid enough to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's dumb enough to say to somebody, tell you, hey man, you should jump off this bridge. And then you to actually listen to them. Like, yeah, I think I might. You know what I'm saying? Take the shot. But these people, of course, and we were just talking about the joke earlier, Cam. Nicolas Cage, he's a nobody compared to these guys. You know what I'm saying? you snuck in the Capitol, man. That shit. Nothing.
Yeah, he talking about the Declaration.
These guys stormed the front door, bro.
They came through they kicked in the door.
They kicked in the door.
Talking about this my shit. Yeah. Walked out with some laptops. Walked out with a laptop?
A laptop.
And podiums and documents, bro. And these people came in and they just torched the place, right? Just tore it up, man. And this was like, they say the Capitol hasn't been overtook since what, 1812? So over
when the British came in there.
When the British came, you know what I'm saying? And
the crackers are coming. The crackers are coming.
you see something, and it's not funny, but it's fucked up though, right?
I'm sorry, I gotta get
You
you.
see all these,
It's easy, bro.
you see all these people, and they so mad because their guy lost. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Fox News that bullshit. And they, these are just very upset people because they really love Trump and they felt that they were wrong. I was like, yo, there's an election every 4 years. There's always going to be a side that loses.
Yep.
Like these people act like this is the first time their team lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's crazy because, they're in D.C., of course, but these people came from all over the place. You know what I'm saying? We had people from Chicago. There's people from, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Alabama was up in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Getting the place rocking. So, I mean, it was crazy. Then, of course, that one, the lady from the Air Force, right? She gets shot down in the Capitol building, right? And it was also...
And then literally was like, don't make me do it!
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy, bro.
And then she's like, watch me. And she just jumps through and gets shot down.
Set her shit down.
And she'll
the fuck did you think was gonna happen?
And she'll still be alive. She'll still be alive today if they didn't gas her up, bro.
Yeah,
bro, because there's guns out. I mean, there's a guy literally with an assault rifle standing behind you.
Get it, Deborah. Do it, Deborah.
And there's no fear in her heart. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo,
bro,
this is some crazy shit.
Crazy,
Maggie,
shit,
you got it.
And that's back to my point, bro. Like, why would you risk it all for a nigga that don't give two fucks about you? He only cares about himself. Nobody likes a sore loser, whether it's in sports, business, politics. Don't be a fucking sore loser, man. If you lose, go out with some fucking class. And I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. I thought Trump would at least have the dignity to say, you know what? After the recount, it's done. It's over. I lost.
Nope.
No. This bitch ass nigga continues to stir the pot, and all it does is ruin our international fucking perception. That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
The country you claim to love, you're basically pissing on it. You're pissing on the flag, Trump. And that's my honest opinion right now. He's pissing on the Constitution and the flag. Every time he states, I won, or this is rigged, or whatever, you're pissing on us, bro.
And the worst part about it is just like the, like I say, it was like the Titanic ship, and everybody wants to jump ship now.
Yeah. And
there's only so many life rafts, right? And the people who was on Trump's side from day one, they want a life raft now. Everybody resigned the day of the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, T-Day.
Betsy DeVos. Yeah, everybody just resigns on T-Day shit, right? Everybody say, this is enough for me. Yeah. This is too much. This was the one? You know what I'm saying? What's the... Yeah, if you drink some alcohol, some Clorox, you take care of that Corona. Yeah. That wasn't the line for you.
That was
all the other bullshit that this guy has said, man. Yeah. And it's like, man, I hope that we take names and we remember these people because they should never be able to hold office again, bro.
They can hold the mayor of some podunk city in Mississippi.
In Mississippi, that's the highest legislation.
And oversee the postal office efficiency. I don't want you don't need to have control over shit.
I don't want you making no decisions.
Everybody clerks now and shit, right?
You can decide the color of a postal stamp. That's about the authority you need to have after this.
And pretty much, I feel like what was the trigger for all of this? Of course, Georgia had the runoff, right, earlier this month.
And none of that shit was talked about.
Yeah, well, I feel like that was kind of like their last straw, I guess, right? And pretty much at that point, that the Democrats had won the House, the Senate, and the chair, of course, right, with Biden. And I feel like white people are just so entitled sometimes, right? They feel like we lost everything, so now we're gonna go take back what's ours, bro. Yep. And I feel like that's literally what they tried to do. You know what I'm saying? And you got videos circulating on Twitter. I'll tell you the funny one was like, because everybody's trying to find out why. What is that? What do they want to get out of this, right?
Yeah.
And the one guy was like, we just want to see the votes. You show us the votes, and if Biden won, so be it. Me and my people will pack up and get out of here. But we just want to see the votes. And I'm like, dude, you acting like they keep the votes in the Capitol building. You know what I'm saying? This is just a room with like 150 million votes.
Room 117, the votes are going to be in that chair, that desk file folder right over there.
As if any of these people could count. You know what I'm saying?
2021. That shit is in an online database.
Yeah. Dude, and it's just
what the fuck are you?
There was just no good morale with this crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, say they hang a noose outside the Capitol building. That has nothing to do with the election. That has nothing to do with a fair count of the vote. That has everything to do with racism.
You just got hate in your heart.
Hate in your heart, bro. And these people, man, I don't feel bad for them at all. Because, of course, the people who went into Nancy Pelosi's office and they stole her laptop and then stole her mail, talk about like a horrible crook. You know what I'm saying? It's like robbing a bank and then taking a photo with the money. You know what I'm saying? And then posting it online.
And taking a stapler on your way out.
Tweeting, bro. These white folks really tweeting, yeah, we stormed the Capitol today on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? The feds did a sweep.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all been seeing.
Yeah.
They've been knocking on doors and they've been picking up these people left and right, G.
Oh yeah.
And of course, you know the FBI tweets if you have any valuable information.
And Muggs was dry snitching.
Muggs was dry. What Kevin Hart
Yeah,
say?
Susie.
Muggs are sitting on themselves. Yeah, my name is so and so. I'm from so and so city, and I stormed the Capitol. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
That's me.
And then later was just like, yeah,
I did it.
It was a revolution.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
yo,
my
these
God,
people,
bro.
they think they are, protesting for their rights, and and like you say, Trump's got them fooled, he got them hoodwinked, bamboozled, ran astray. These guys are lost causes.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they finna go to jail. They can't afford no legal representation. So like,
Nah, Trump got him.
shit, I don't know,
Muggs
man.
taking that plea.
Taking that plea.
Oh fuck, I'm guilty. I did that.
Well, see,
shit.
I didn't storm the Capitol. I was outside the gate hanging with the security guard. Now that chick, I remember her.
Yeah.
She went through the door. I didn't go through the door. I just stayed by the gate.
But the thing is, they taking photos of themselves though. It's not like
It's cap. But
the
my
defendant
thing
is here standing with a photo of the of illegal mail. Is this you? No, that ain't me. I was back on my ranch back in West Virginia with my family and my kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't me. Like, wait, no, bro, you're going to jail.
Bro,
That's what you deserve.
it had to have been a setup though, because I saw a video where the security people literally opened the floodgates.
Yeah, bro.
They literally had the gates there. People were like, let us in, let us in. And then some guy was recording. Then he goes, oh, there they go. They're opening up the gates. And literally Muggs just started walking in.
Yeah.
The fuck type national security is that?
The Capitol building.
I get patted down on a random search when I go to the airport, but these niggas don't even get patted down going to the Capitol?
They at least check your ID at Sam's Club, man.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I couldn't even get no beer this morning.
you know what I'm saying? And it just, man, and it's crazy because I'm thinking, like, it's really that easy? The whole
If
time?
you're
Like,
white.
If you're white, yeah.
That's
And
the
that was-
caveat, and that's why a lot of politicians and people are just, especially minorities, not even just black, any minority, they're fucking outraged because they're like, if this was a group of Latinos, black people, Asian people, anybody,
Wouldn't have made it across the street.
wouldn't even, well, at least alive. They
Not
would have been
alive.
out alive, bro. It would have been
Across the street.
it would have been like a mass slaughter, like people are going crazy, hundreds of people are getting shot, hospitalized. It would have been
Like
crazy,
zombies, bro.
It to me.
People are shot and killed for a lot less.
To me, it's like, now that we see the double standard, are we actually going to make changes? Or 8 months from now, we're just going to look back like, that was crazy. What happened?
Because what
months back.
also wasn't talked about, like, because a lot of it, I feel like, it's a lot of diversions going on. You're not talking about the Georgia runoffs, niggas just walking in the Capitol. Another thing that people really didn't discuss at all, like, did y'all know really why the Bucks and what was the Bucks in the Heat, why they took a knee before the game, almost didn't want to play?
Oh, because
It had nothing to do with the Capitol.
No, it was not
It was
with
in
Kevin. It's
Milwaukee.
because of
the
dang, I
cop,
forget
he
his guy.
didn't.
Right,
Yeah,
he
there was
didn't
no charges
yeah.
pressed against
For
the guy
shooting
that
that
shot,
black man, bro.
yeah,
Was it I forget Blake?
Blake.
Jacob Blake.
Over the
Blake.
summer.
Yeah.
He, bro, just
Yeah, that's
no
crazy.
charges.
No
And at the
charges.
same time, Muggs are just walking in the Capitol,
Yeah.
and we're not talking about how this police officer is not getting charged for killing this motherfucker.
In
So-
cold blood.
On tape.
Killed him.
In front of his kids.
And Muggs are tripping because somebody
I'm
walked in
sorry.
there.
He didn't kill him. He's paralyzed. My fault. He survived.
Right,
he's
but
paralyzed.
but shooting this
Yeah,
dude,
shooting this man. Yeah.
right?
We gonna
And
get
somebody
that
is walking into the Capitol and get shot. And you walk in the Capitol and get shot. What surprise do you have? But this man out
You
in the
had no
street
right
getting
there.
paralyzed and not getting charged at the same goddamn day.
All in front of
That's
his
the
house.
problem.
Yeah.
But I think,
Yeah.
man, I think this is like the first time. I was talking to a couple of my buddies from back in school. I thought this is like the first time that white people are realizing the other white people. Not all skin folk are kinfolk, okay? You see the guy that dude in DC, the white guy out in his lawn. He's like, "What are these crackers? Why are they here? Get out of town!" It's a white guy, and I was like, and black people know other black people sometimes, and full of shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust everybody who look like you. But it seemed that like white folks was like, I feel like I actually come to the realization that like, nah, there are some wicked, evil, sick people out there who have no common sense of what's really going on in reality.
Yeah.
But it's almost like they say, it's like a cult. You know what I'm saying? They really believe in this guy, you know what I'm saying, this figure. And then it took just this past week that Twitter finally kicked Trump off, right? And then here comes all the other social medias, you know, late to the party and shit, kicking him off. I'm talking about Facebook kicked him off, IG, Google kicked him off. He ain't even got a Gmail no more. I'm talking about this guy. The Tom from MySpace called. He kicked him off MySpace. He can't get on MySpace. He can't go on any type of social media platform. And I was just like, well, that doesn't really fix the problem, does it? I mean, I guess like if you a Trump follower and you just, you know, just lurk his Twitter page and shit like that. But I mean, he's rich enough to find his own. He's talking about creating his own social media. You know what I'm saying? So imagine how nasty that could get. You know what I'm saying? Where we're not even seeing the hate. Like you know what I'm saying? It's still there, but we not.
Bro, just on Reddit now.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely on Reddit. I think actually my Reddit might have been on there.
Damn, Reddit kicked it. Bro, you know how evil you gotta be to get kicked off of Reddit?
Bro, boy.
The way I was thinking about this shit, right? He get kicked off all these social medias. He's pissed off. He creates this cult following now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not good either.
Nah, it's not. It's very. I think Will said it a few podcasts ago, and we jokingly said it. Now it's actually getting scary. It could be very Hitlerish.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
You know, I mean, Muggs was clowning Hitler, so that nigga started gaining some followers. And then all it takes is just a bunch of like-minded individuals that are motivated with some resources.
And then a couple of smart niggas that say, maybe that does make sense. Yeah. And local doctor.
Some niggas who got some money involved, right? But and so now they're trying to impeach, you know, Trump and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And at first I was like, you know, why impeach him? It's 10 days left. Let the man.
No. Don't give him nothing.
Exactly.
Take everything away.
And so you got to remember, so if you get impeached, you know you can't run for presidency again.
Yep.
Your lifetime of Secret Service gets taken away.
I didn't know that one.
Exactly, right? It's like Bill Clinton walking around here without new security. Y'all might want to check on the boy, right? But and then also, there's like $2 million in like travel expenses that like I guess like each president gets per year, right?
That's crazy.
You know they take the PJ.
In the PJ.
So. He's trying to, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to pretty much strip everything away from him right at this point, right? You know what I'm saying? Run him dry, you know what I'm saying? And he's even said, of course, you know what I'm saying, he's not going to show up to Biden inauguration. Like, how much of just talk about just a dick, bro, a sore loser, bro. Like, the worst, like, he needs to get beat up, you know what I'm saying? The bully needs to get beat up. Like, somebody needs to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you fuck, you know what I'm saying? And now, you know, Mitch McConnell and all these, you know, Republicans, well, the Constitution, we need to stand by, you know, the land of the law. Everybody wants to be for the Constitution now. Because then they seem like, you know what? This shit is actually, the house is actually on fire. So it's pretty much time for us to get up and out of here.
They're just trying to save face so that way they can get another job.
Like, imagine, you know, the picture of just Trump just lighting a fire in the backyard and while the other Republicans was just throwing, you know, buckets of water on that motherfucker.
That's pretty much what's going on.
That's pretty much what it was. And just to say, you know what? I'm not going to go to Joe Biden. Even, you know, Obama went to your inauguration. You know what I'm saying? President, first time in 150 years. And we knew immediately that you wasn't going to be shit, bro. So just talk about the classless, like, individual that he really is, bro. Just know so. And all, like people been saying for the longest time, all he do is think about himself. And those people who went to you know, took part in T-Day and shit like that, bro, you ain't got shit coming for you, bro. But hopefully...
you got about 5 to 10.
You got 5 to 10.
Don't do that, nigga. That's 5 to 10.
You got 5 to 10.
That's one of the funniest jokes I heard, bro.
Muggs definitely won't be welcome back in Washington, D.C. ever.
You could be banned for that shit. Yeah,
you definitely get banned for that, right? And man, it puts us off to a bad start this year. That's all that really is, man. 2021 is off to
I didn't have high hopes coming into
start.
2021, like for the country. I just knew it's just. They haven't really figured out this whole COVID situation yet, so I knew that Muggs was still going to be, the numbers were still going to be rising and fluctuating. I did not see T-Day coming, but I did hear rumblings of, like, Trump rallies and shit, so I knew something was in the work, but I didn't know they was going to be bold enough to just storm the Capitol. I'm just nervous about our international perception, because right now the USA looks weak right now. We look like a bunch of bitches right now. I mean, that's what we look like. So, and we're not the most popular country. And this was before Trump was in office. This was before Trump was in office. We weren't the most popular country. And now, since Trump has been in office, God only knows what other countries think of us and how we look, right? So, I'm just very concerned about that aspect because I like America. I mean, it's not the best country, but it's cool. I want to make sure we still like look strong. You know what I'm saying? Like we look like a dominant country and we look like we got our shit together, right? Because I don't want motherfuckers thinking it's sweet out here. Like,
Just walking in the gates.
like you can just
Here
walk
come
in
Russia.
the Capitol.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Hey.
saying?
I'll take that. Yeah, you know, like that shit.
China.
You know, that
Extra
shit.
laptops. Free laptops.
Y'all got CDs, DVDs, laptops, letters from the Congress, whatever you need.
Give me
I
that
got
shit.
it.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh
Bro,
my god, bro.
that shit
It's
is
right
very
though.
concern-
Other people are laughing at us.
and it's funny until it's not, right?
It's not.
It's funny until it's not. So I really want us to get our shit together. I think Biden getting in office is going to help get this shit together, hopefully. What I don't want is kind of how you said, like a cult to start where people feel like they've been cheated from this election. And
That
Yeah.
shit already
They
there,
start-
bro.
well, I mean, like a cult that actively gets
gets
more
violent,
active.
you
They
know?
get violently active.
Because the
right?
thing is, like, the scary part is what, like, Biden got 85 million, but Trump still got 80 million votes or something like that. Was 78 million?
70 or something. I think it was 75 and 70 or something
That's
like that.
a lot of people.
So I don't watch CNN like that, but I happen to be watching CNN, and there was a Republican representative on there talking. He was like, a lot of the people that voted for Trump are,
Good-
are
good
pissed
people.
off. No.
Good people.
He was actually making a lot of sense.
Oh,
He
what?
said a lot of the people that voted for Trump are now embarrassed of the fact that they even voted for him because of their business interests. A lot of people that vote, like we talked about,
Yeah,
right?
that morale.
They voted for him because of the things and the policies that he was going to put in place to help their business or help them financially or whatever it may be. Now you're looking at yourself like, damn, I might have voted for Hitler. Like, for real, like, think about it like that.
Shit, man,
He's
you
like,
better go talk to God about that.
Yeah, so the guy, he didn't say that on CNN, but that's what I'm
God
assuming. people
forgives.
think.
Nigga, I don't. I remember that shit.
But basically, he was saying, like, he was trying to basically differentiate the Republican Party from Trump, which
Yeah,
right.
a lot of Republicans
They're
are
not
trying to do.
right?
Because he's basically like, this isn't what the Republican Party believes in. We lost, yes, but that doesn't mean we're going to lose every election moving forward. But the way it's going right now, we might be losing every election.
The image, like,
The image of the Republican Party
so
is
fucked
really
up.
fucked up. And it's not looking good because
Damn,
That's a
that
great point
Tea
to
Party
make.
finna be
Yeah,
back.
yeah, like the Tea Party's gonna get a rebrand here in a second, and it's gonna be Trump
Can you
support.
imagine?
You think so if he doesn't get impeached, you think he reruns in
Of
2024?
course, he's gonna rerun again.
And those
No, the
he-
campaign is literally finna start
Yeah.
January 21st.
Yeah, like it's gonna be kind of crazy because he's not gonna take no for an answer. The guy is the little kid.
They
You
said-
think after 4 years though it'll blow over?
No, because I mean, the niggas still remember Bush. You know.
But then you don't see people in the street.
Well,
with
we
Bush
still
on.
talking about Obama. Like
Yeah.
Obama is doing a lot. You know, Obama be in the backgrounds, bro, doing a lot of work.
That's because when you move on from the good girl and you get with the bad girlfriend, you start thinking about
You
the
start
vote.
going back and looking through, like, damn,
You
my
know what?
head.
Maybe I
wasn't
was
that
tripping.
bad.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe I was tripping.
I don't think he's gonna let it go. And I was the one trying to give him the benefit of the doubt a couple months ago. Like, hey, he's gonna,
Right.
go out with some class. But he just showed his ass, man.
Showed
Showed
his
his ass, bro.
I was reading something that said even if he didn't, this was like back in November before all this. It was like if he doesn't win again, they say that Trump still might be the most powerful Republican without a presidency.
Yeah, because he's got
This
influence.
nigga, bro, he
But you know what? I think in that sense,
been
bro,
rich since '87.
That
Trump
shit's scary, bro.
does have a big following. That is definitely like tough to overcome. But the Republicans are smart enough to,
I'm not worried
You know,
about the Republicans.
take the rug from under his feet. You know what I'm saying? They gonna twist. They gonna throw a story out. This is when we're gonna start hitting the stories, right? Because the Republicans, they
I
been
see
had
what
the
you're saying.
story.
They gonna start.
They gonna
leaking
bury
shit.
this man before he even gets a chance. He might be
Damn,
in
that sound
jail.
like some shit from Power.
He might be in jail. No cap, because they can really go after him right now. You know what I'm saying? You already have
Once
some
he's out of the
lawsuits and
seat,
shit.
once he's out of the seat, they can start hitting him for
Hey,
a whole bunch
hey,
of shit.
Hey,
You gonna hit them tax evasion joints popping up.
at this point, Trump
It
in like
was
prison.
February
Hey.
2nd.
Hey, because at this point, Trump like in prison and shit, trying to find a new group. And he with y'all? Nah, that nigga ain't with us no more. FBI, right there. You know,
they
go get him.
They gonna start.
You know what I'm
snitching.
saying? And so I think I think the Republicans probably, you know what I'm saying, they make sure he doesn't get another chance because they of course want to get back power. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
want to rebrand and shit like that and get
Yeah.
back in the graces of the American people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm a Republican and I'm not. So I hope that doesn't happen.
I mean, it's just better. It just looks better when there's political decorum, a certain level of just professionalism, right? You know what I mean? It's just crazy that you can have 4 years of the circus show, and then it turns into, I don't even know what it turned into the last few weeks. It's just been a fucking just shit show. It's been chaos. And like I said before, when you turn on the TV, it's a distraction from the real issues. From, cops not getting put in jail for
right.
paralyzing people or killing people, right? You know,
Or the first black
first
senator
black
in
senator in
history.
Georgia history, right? All that stuff gets put to the wayside because you got this fucking idiot who doesn't understand that he lost. Simple as that, bro. We actually recounted the votes, and we found out you lost twice. So
just because you wanted the favor,
Yeah.
we ain't got to do any of this.
Yeah. So just to make you feel better and help you sleep at night, the fucking motherfuckers recounted the votes just so you could lose twice.
Right.
Now that you lost, can we please just move on with our lives? There's bigger issues at hand that we need to take care of. Bigger issues.
So y'all think we get that extra $1,400 on that stimmy?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll probably get some.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna probably get shut
it-
down again too.
I mean, shit is
Anything,
open, bro.
anything's
I
up
feel
in the
like
air now.
At this point, bro, yeah,
you know,
that
pick something
shit
out of the
really
hat, bro. It might happen.
Yeah.
Bro, and I think it's a lot of stuff that's finna start happening. But I think the biggest thing here is what scares me the most is like really what I was reading. There was this book that was talking about it it's a whole bunch of people who aren't racist that still were voting for Trump, and the reason why it made sense to do that was just because people for so long it's starting to get to the point where a lot of people are just frustrated in life. Like
Yeah.
people just feel like they're not making enough money. People who just don't and there's
They
so
feel like
many
nobody
frustrations
listening to them and shit,
from
yeah.
different areas that you're not even sure what you mad at no more. You just mad. And you're so mad and feel that genuine like anger and frustration that you just want something to change. And when a nigga steps in, it's kind of like Bernie Sanders, bro, with like student loans. Bernie Sanders radical as hell, low key, trying to like come up with some policies that will cost a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
But it's like when you were a student and you got 100,000 in student loans, like that shit. I need
That
something to
shit
shake
matters to
up.
you,
So let's
yeah.
listen to Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
And if you're frustrated, you know, you got 4 kids, but you're not making ends meet. You can't get the shit that you want. But on Instagram, you seeing your next door neighbor go on yachts and they and that, and everybody just mad, stuff like that. It starts to make more sense why you would vote for Trump. Oh, he's talking a little bit differently. I remember when America was great again. Like, I'm tired of this pain and this frustration. And that is so strong now, right or wrong, about whatever they're frustrated about. That is so strong now that people in masses would storm the Capitol. What else is possible?
Ooh, that's
If
what
you're
it is.
that frustrated and you don't even know what you're mad at. Mugs are not like, I need Trump. Trump is great. You're just mad. And the nigga's like trying to do something. So you're like, maybe I'm mad at that too. But you brought a noose. Your shit is completely different. You just mad at your
Just
own
watching the
shit.
flags. Like, what the fuck?
You just
Like,
mad at your own shit.
That
That
was
much.
crazy.
And it's that many people that would travel from all over the country.
Yeah.
What else is possible?
Like, bro, think about like how shook up you gotta be to hop in your car and drive like, you know, to DC and you live in like Tennessee.
And you bring a noose.
And you bring
You for 23 hours of driving were thinking about something else.
Yes. No, not the bills, not your kids, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All this shit going
Why
on.
do you have
Not
a noose?
COVID.
What do you have a noose for?
Say-
You mad
All
over some
that
shit
shit.
that, like, what?
The only thing I'm concerned of, are you okay? Did you think about kicking the chair?
Yo.
Put that noose away. Let's talk.
But think it's man,
Let's have a
so in that
conversation.
sense, man, you gotta be pretty amped up, bro.
Think about how long you gotta be mad to
Yeah.
drive from the West Coast to the East Coast to protest.
Yes.
That's like 4 days of driving. You
But
just in the
not
car
even
mad.
just a protest. Like, because protesting makes sense if the cause makes sense.
Yeah.
You're protesting an election that had been recounted, revoted,
Yes.
and had been a decision on. You're protesting for a guy who's an asshole.
Yeah.
Who doesn't care about you. Has he even made a public statement about the lady who
We
signed?
kind of got to start.
I
Hell
don't know.
no.
Did he, I'm asking. Did he say
He might have got
anything?
kicked off Twitter before it happened.
I mean, did you think he?
'Cause he
did-
said-
Yeah, I ain't gonna
Got
lie. I
suspended.
ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
He might have took the selfie on his iPhone, but he had nowhere to upload
You know what
it.
I'm saying?
I got you, because like he's responsible for her death, in my opinion.
No cap, he is. He
They
is.
did kind of. Hold on, wait. That is so fucking funny. Trump literally can't tweet. Like,
No, but he did hop on like the house Twitter profile, like give him one last tweet off. But no bullshit. Unless like they tap in his phone, he could definitely go make a new Twitter account today.
Niggas
It'd
out
be
here
like the real Donald Trump Part 2 type shit in the bio. Hey, last account got deleted, 84 million type shit. Need my followers back.
Bro, what
And then he
is
just starts
going
tweeting shit off
on
like,
with the
what's stopping him
world?
from making a new account every day?
hey, yo, Nancy, let me see your phone real quick.
He gonna make burner accounts and
You don't
shit.
make burner accounts and shit like that. So kicking him off, I mean, I guess you got to make a new email and shit too. But
This nigga gonna be out
I'm
there on
sure
the new
he got
version
the
mobile
resources,
line.
bro. He got the resources.
He could. It's really about It's just about doing the right fucking thing at some point, bro. It
He's
comes
way
down
past
to
that. He's way past that.
You
bro.
gotta do the right thing.
He's way past.
It's
that.
never too late, Trump. You could turn it around.
But I still think
Looking
you know,
ass.
I feel like, you know, kind of we was getting off on a tangent, but
Yeah.
like if we think about like that whole phase of like people are just that mad over their own shit, and it could be whatever, bro. Like your boss got mad at you, or you've been laid off for the 4th time, so you're just internally mad.
Yeah,
or,
man.
you know what I mean? What else is possible? How long have people been feeling this way? And like, there's also some people who are mad, but they're like, I'm not finna drive to DC, but I'm still mad. Who else is still frustrated just because they regular ass people and not getting treated the way they want to be treated? Like, what might change? What else is possible? How are people really feeling? Because obviously niggas are not healthy up top.
Yeah.
But you know, of course, you got to go back to like you can't justify that, like storming the Capitol.
But that's the thing, bro.
People
It sounds,
dying and shit like that.
but like if you really think about it from the other perspective, to us we're like that literally there are no logical reasons. But think about how mad, like if Trump executed a black man on TV or something like that, it would make enough sense why I'm going to the Capitol.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm going to go do that. So to have that urge where you're at the Capitol, my toes are at Nancy Pelosi's desk, how strong you have to feel about that topic.
Yeah.
Think about how strong you have to feel about whatever that is.
I couldn't even imagine what it takes you to get
And to
there.
them, it made sense.
And
To me, you would literally have to be like executing people for me to go into just walk in the that shit made that much sense. You have to be fucking mad, bro.
or stupid. Because I mean,
Because niggas don't got brains.
No, they don't. Because think about the guy who thought 5G was the start of COVID. It was, you know what I'm saying? The guy who bombed the street in Tennessee.
Yeah.
They kind of didn't talk about it, but he thought 5G was like killing the world. How crazy was this motherfucker to think that, you know, internet, you know what I'm saying, it was wiping niggas out. It was crazy. Like, internet was just had a gun, it was on the street, and it was bam, bam, he gone, bam, another one.
Are you 5G?
5G? You know what I'm saying?
Boys out there shooting servers.
Meanwhile, the nigga got the newest iPhone. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Cause like to think that these people.
I'm sorry, I know you.
I'm just saying, it's
if that
crazy
motherfucker
to-
had an iPhone, I
Who
just
knows,
don't
bro,
know
but
anymore.
it's-
I don't know
What's
anymore,
going on with
bro.
the world, bro? That is the
I'm
craziest.
I'm kind of losing hope when we talk about it, bro. Like, mugs are literally taking up arms.
Maybe common
over-
sense ain't that common. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't. But niggas are literally taking up arms, storming the Capitol over an election that was clearly like. How do you think we felt to all the Trump supporters?
Yeah.
How do you think I felt 4 years ago?
I definitely didn't think that all the vote was off. You know, that was.
I didn't think he cheated. I was just
Yeah.
like, man, motherfuckers really wanted this man.
Man, I
What?
just thought about that. We just literally,
Accepted
black
it.
man is leaving from presidency, and we just watched Trump come in.
Yeah.
We wasn't in the Capitol.
I
Think
didn't
about
storm
that.
the Capitol.
We weren't even that mad to storm the Capitol.
What did we say? Hey, we gonna give him a chance.
They did. We did.
We
Right?
gave him a chance.
And a white man is replacing another white man, and mugs are in the Capitol. Think about how mad you gotta be.
Yeah.
That is
Bro,
crazy.
That's crazy, man.
What?
This guy blew it, bro. We got so much work to do.
Make America great again. Nigga, what? When were you happy? what period are you thinking about where you smiled, nigga? Because you
Yeah.
obviously...
Yeah,
Shit.
and he definitely appealed to the masses, and the masses have spoken, or the crackers have spoken. They're fed up. I guess we took their jobs, we fucked their bitches, something happened where these guys are really mad, like really
What's
mad.
the Boondocks line, bro? And I asked to myself, what did he do to make them niggas that
But man, you got,
bro?
and man, if you think about, I'm not sure if you, like Will's trying, you know, thinking about these people who are like going through shit, right?
What?
I mean, you got to think about the heroin epidemic that's going on and hitting the communities. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
What
Like,
did a nigga do to make
it's-
them niggas
their
that
communities are really
mad?
bad. Those people who showed up on the front
They're
steps
really
of
down
Capitol,
bad.
bro, they definitely are down bad, bro.
They're down bad.
And they got reasons to be mad. They're not justifiable because black people have been feeling this way since we got here. You know what I'm saying? And so, right. And so, like, you know, but this is like, I don't know. It's like a kid, it's like a, you know, spoiled kid getting told no for the first time, bro. And this,
Yeah.
you know, they spaz out like, you know, you don't tell me no. And that's the entitlement of like white people
Bro.
saying like, no, we didn't get our way, and we're gonna act out and we're gonna show our
What
ass
comedian
because
was that was like, what you mad for? Smile. You're white.
You're white.
Smile. You're right. Be happy.
Be happy.
I can't remember which comedian it was. That was a great joke. But I agree, man. It gets to a point where you just got to face the facts, reality, right? The reality of it is Trump lost. If you're mad about it
Twice.
or sad about it, live with it.
You know what's crazy too is this is not the first time this has happened in American history, in terms of people being that frustrated. Because if you think about like historically the reason why racism started the way it is in America, like you had indentured servitude where you just had poor people coming and working essentially like
to pay off their trip,
right? But they
to
weren't
America.
like, there wasn't like I hate that person. He just like an immigrant would be like, you know what I mean? And what happened was there was a lot of poor white people who was mad as fuck, and it was rich white people who were like, man, y'all outnumbering us. We want to keep
You're
our
right.
bread. You should start hating those black people and just change their attention around. And
You're right. And so just to backpack off that, that's just when this is when like at the time in history, you know, blacks who were slaves in America, and there was white indentured servants who were just pretty much this much better than the slaves, right? You wasn't a slave, but you pretty much worked for like a living. You know what I'm saying? You had to pay
He
off.
was in the trenches.
He was in the trenches, right? And so you didn't really have rights like, you know, the whites the white settlers who were already here in America, and those white people saw them black people and the indentured servants coming together, and like you said, the numbers were outmassing them, right? And so in this sense, they was like, what is a way we can keep this segregation between black people and poor white people, right?
Yeah.
And what they do is they give them rights, they give them property. You know what I'm saying? And so now that white person would be like, well, it ain't so bad for me now. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm better than. You know what I'm saying?
What
At least
am I
I'm better
mad
than
for?
this nigga,
I'm white.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's kind of you right there. That's kind of how it started. And it's this old Chris Rock joke that my dad used to tell me all the time. And it was like, I hope I get it right. It's there's nothing a poor white man with a nickel hate more than a nigga with a dime. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like these poor white people, and they see they're of course they're afraid of black people, right? They see black people, they start seeing black people more on the television screen, right? They was like, why can't that be me? They jealous, they envious, they mad, they have hatred in their heart. And at the end of the day, bro, they got the nerve to call themselves Christians. It's crazy. It's ludicrous, right? But these people, like they say, they got so much hate in their heart, so much rage because they feel that they should be above us, right? I remember I used to, you know, I went to school in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, bro, rural ass Ohio, bro. I knew those white people were so upset because they see me in the Walmart with a College of Worcester shirt on, you know what I'm saying, like a college shirt on, and they look at you, and these are like, you know, small town folks, you know what I'm saying? They don't really know anything outside their community, and I'm pretty sure some of them gave me some side looks, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, that's just the way, you know, racism was pretty much established in America.
Racism's also built off fear.
Yeah, the fear factor, right?
If that nigga keeps holding on to that dime with my nickel.
With that, or just, I know a lot of white people, the only thing they see about black people is whatever the news shows them, right?
Exactly.
Or whatever character they see on TV. So a lot of that is the perception that the, you know, media is feeding on. Oh, you know, a black guy with a black hoodie's dangerous, right? That's like the imaging, that shit constantly over and over again.
Yeah, kill your family, rape your wife, you know what I'm saying? Murder your kids type shit. It's fear. And of course, you know, from generations way before us, you know what I'm saying, that they pretty much established that in these people's minds. But it's fucked up to see that they haven't, I feel like they haven't caught up with the rest of the world, or the rest of the United States for that matter, you know what I'm saying? Cause of course, you got some Trump supporters in big cities like Chicago, New York, and LA. Well, a lot of these people come from like the South, these southern states. You know, there was hella Confederate flag. Remember the photo that was on the New York Post? It was this man with a fucking Confederate flag and
mad about something different.
You know what I'm saying? And
I never got the Confederate flag thing.
Bro,
because they lost, and their morals and ideals were against the Union, who won. Which, wouldn't that make you a terrorist?
That's literally treason.
Yeah, that's literally treason because you're supporting a system that was outlawed.
You know, white folks let it slide because all skin folk are kinfolk. So they just like, you know what?
I just never personally understood.
I don't. We probably never will.
Yeah.
But just like you said, these fears that these people act on, who are from like these small towns and shit like that, bro, it's kind of fucked up with the rest of they haven't caught up with everybody and like the new ideas. But they probably still teaching some fucked up shit in their schools when you think about it. And they get raised in that same community and they recycle and they grow and they teach their kids that same bigotry, that same hate. And so I feel like there's certain people in certain parts of America who are always gonna feel that way.
They always gonna be broke.
And they always gonna be broke. That's the thing. They getting no money.
Yeah. You gotta
Ain't
work
no
with all
money.
people if you're trying to make all the money.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, Trump be shaking hands with black folks.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Anything to shake up the bank account, but you also think, man, I feel like not like they're like an old town like type of people, like traditions. Like they're thinking of the old times. You know what I'm saying?
Well, his whole platform he ran on was "Make America Great Again."
But when the fuck were these niggas ever that happy? Like, niggas just been
That's the
mad. They
thing,
come
too.
out the womb mad. What time are you even remembering?
They
You were already mad.
They honestly trying to probably remember the time that black folks was in change. No bullshit. Because that's the only time. That's the only time they felt big enough to stand tall. You know what I'm saying? And now they feel so small and shit like that. They see that the world done came and passed them by, and niggas got yachts and they don't. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, they still don't know. You know
They
the
hating
paddy
on
wagon.
athletes for speaking their mind. On
You
their
know, it's
platform,
crazy
stuff
shit.
like that. It's
And the
crazy.
same, and it's crazy how like the last release. I'm saying Kaepernick wasn't the one who popped it off, but like the things that they said about like him kneeling, you know, doing something so,
Kneeling.
You know what's so
to
funny about that?
escalating to this.
You know what is so funny, and I say this shit every time. Kaepernick, the first game he protested the national anthem, he sat down.
Right.
He then got on a phone call or something with a military
He
guy.
was, yeah.
And the guy said, "Hey man, you know, I can appreciate your stance, but at least take a knee
Yeah,
to show respect towards the national anthem. Don't sit down."
yeah.
And Colin Kaepernick then proceeded to take a knee moving forward. And all these people are hating, like, oh, he's disrespecting the military, he's disrespecting the flag. He got that from a guy that was in the military. So what are y'all talking about, bro? I hate people who have uneducated
They just walk
stances
around
on
the
shit.
truth. They walk around the truth.
It's like they
don't
make whatever they
acknowledge it.
want the truth, and that's how America's been, bro. The niggas with the whitest of skins try to white out their sins. J. Cole. Bro, they try and flip the script however they want to flip the narrative to make themselves seem like they did a great thing. It blows me because I actually seen it in real time from the history books. Well, because my younger sister took history like a few years, like 5 years after I did, and they literally changed shit like from like the Native Americans, like how they talking about they migrated to the West, and in my book they were literally, it's like the Trail of Tears. They switched that whole chapter around in the course of like 5 years.
You never see it.
Yeah. So, and my sister thought the Indians just decided to get up and leave.
No bullshit.
Oh, Native Americans, I'm sorry. Yeah, they thought the Native, she's like, yeah, the Native Americans, they just moved west, right? I said,
You know what?
no.
My little cousin did say that. We were talking about what it was like, because I told him about like this one lady went to a cemetery out in the Caribbean because it was like a slaughterhouse down there for slaves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she saw what was killing them, and it was like people's muscle fibers were detaching from their bodies, not from injury, because they never slept and never stopped. Like you just kept picking cotton, kept doing whatever you're doing until you dropped. My little cousin was like, damn, I didn't know it was that bad. I thought they just, had their little huts outside. And
What?
But like you said,
Black boy!
What else?
I thought they was chilling out. I just thought, niggas was
they
in the
was
back in
chilling
the
with
treehouse.
with the Kool-Aid and shit.
That's what you thought slavery was? That's what
Yeah.
they're telling you?
Yeah, so black people, they helped us out for
Come
a little
on,
bit,
bro.
and they had little communities. Nah, bro, they was out here killing us, doing whatever they wanted to us. We was about as valuable as a dog. Actually, dogs were more valuable
The black folks.
than black folks, which is crazy. And the fact that we now have to educate our people on our history, that we have to take that responsibility. We can't let the schools do it. Because the schools gonna tell them whatever they want to hear, whatever they want them to
Or
learn.
whatever in the textbook that is, and
Yeah.
who knows who's making the textbooks, who's making the big decisions to put what
Oh, we know
information
who.
or omit what information in textbooks, of
Yeah,
course, right?
or it's not even taking it out or changing the perception of what actually
what
happened.
actually happened. But like I said, just going in a deeper sense on like T-Day and these people who showed up, like, is there a solution to like helping these? Do we help these people? Do we just forget these people and just keep pushing them back to the wayside? Maybe they grow, maybe they shrink. We don't know.
I
You know
don't
what I'm saying?
even know
Like,
what the solution is because they're
because
so
you got a group
caught
of
in
you
their
got a group of
ways.
very angry and hate, spirited people, bro, and they're dangerous. They have
Yeah.
guns.
Yeah,
Like,
very.
Bro, I don't even think there's enough doctors in the world for the mass therapy that would need to happen.
That's pretty
Or,
much
like, what are we going to do, bro? All right, I want this 150,000 people to be on therapy on Tuesday.
Yeah.
This 100,000 people to be on therapy on Wednesday. Like, what?
You
what-
got to be willing to change in order to change, and I don't think
That's
those people
facts,
are.
too, yeah.
I don't think those people are
You know
willing to
No.
change, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's like growing up, and it's like, bro, I know I believe certain shit. Like, for example, I know I should, if I make $100, I know I shouldn't spend 105. Some standard shit that you've been living with for 25, 30 years that you just think is truth.
Yeah.
To say, oh, no, I'm going to willingly go out of my mind to change what I believe is true, what I believe is to be correct. You know how fucking, people not going to do that. I don't give a fuck.
And the other issue, too, and I know we talked about it on the social dilemma one, is the perception of what is true and what's not. You know, what is the real truth?
Because again, I still
like the whole
think
Google like parameters.
that's the craziest part about this.
Yeah.
Because if you think about, like, again, the pain of me watching something that makes me want to go into the Capitol building literally has to be like people getting executed on TV.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, that's wrong. I'm going to the Capitol building.
This is
Somebody felt
This is
that
getting fucking out
strongly
of
about
hand.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
That they walked into the Capitol and people was like dying for it. Whatever it is that's bothering you in your life is that strong. And the day after, you're going right back to that shitty life. You're right back at that shitty life the next day, still mad.
Because you feel like, I mean, I just don't.
because these people call themselves patriots. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like the
And
patriot thing to do is to
patriots.
die for your country or something like that. I feel like they trying to. That's like how they justify it. I'm willing to die for my country because I'm a true patriot.
But what?
Because you gotta think, a lot of these people, like the lady who got shot, she was ex-Navy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Air Force.
Oh,
yeah.
Air Force, I'm sorry. She was ex-Air Force. And I'm pretty sure there was other people who have served that was down there. You know what I'm saying? And they probably ex-Marine, ex-Army, whatever they may be. These people feel like, I don't know, like it's crazy to have this big group of people in this one space and they share all these common ideas. That's pretty fucking dangerous. And to have no solution to how we're gonna deal with these people or help these people, bro. I feel like you can't ignore that, man. You can't have terrorists in your country, bro, operating at that many masses.
That's why Buddy got the block. He got the blue.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like
that's you think about it.
That something's gonna happen, years from now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you
Shit,
don't.
something might happen this year.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you think
God
about like
forbid.
historically in comparison, and to add to that, historically in comparison, this is like a significant event like the Million Man March, right? That how is going to be significant. But you got to think about what it took for 1 million people to march. You're talking about civil rights. I believe me and you should be equal people.
Yeah.
These niggas felt that mad about something
He was like, nah.
that they
I don't think so,
organized
yeah.
en masse to go to the Capitol building that quickly. So something that as strongly to us was, you're a human being.
Yeah.
You should be treated like a human being. These niggas were mad over something
That
that
same-
serious
that's-
that
that
made
same
them
degree.
want to march and organized in months or weeks through social media. Niggas can just move like, come
Yeah.
on.
That's dangerous.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a lot of folks.
I mean, I'm just hoping. All I can do is hope and pray that all I can do is hope and pray that Joe Biden, when he gets in office, he can get the shit corrected. We got off course. Sometimes you make a wrong turn.
I feel like you throw them some money, get
That's a
another
big
stimmy,
ass
you know what I'm saying?
expectation.
They might
to
get
him,
happy.
too.
Throw somebody some money, they might forget.
Yeah, take this shit. Man.
Reparations.
Yeah.
Reparations.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, and I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor, but just look yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror, decide how you want to show up every day. To either to work, for your family, the people that you surround yourself with, and ask yourself if they're really that mad. If you're really that mad at something, please just know what it is. Just know what it is, because these people didn't even know what they were mad about. Bro.
They just swinging on air, bro. What's
Yeah,
the boys?
Like, just
Straight
know
from,
what you're mad at.
Boys in the Hood.
Like,
What the fuck
and
is
there's gonna be
that?
shit that they can't control. That's why I don't get, like, if you're mad about progress in America, I hate to say it, but I mean, just go somewhere else.
That's what I was gonna say. Here's the idea. They used to tell us, hey, if you don't like it here, you can always.
Nigger, leave.
Yeah.
You can always go.
Toodles.
Wait, you're Italian? Just go back to Italy.
Yeah.
No, you're
trash,
you're
bro.
from Britain. Just go. Just go back.
Just go back.
Just go back. Yeah, that's what y'all used to tell us.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know what to tell these people, bro. I don't know what to tell them. Get educated.
Cause I know they look at the census and shit like that, and the growing number of minorities in America. They look at that shit, they just like shit themselves. You know what I'm saying? And go make more babies, shit like that. Come on, Lassie.
But think about it, like, and this is what I'm talking about, like news and media shit. Like, they could be getting fed information, like, year over year, more minorities are going at this rate. it's just, and then they could have
They're
some guy on
taking
Fox
these
News
jobs,
or something. They're
yeah.
like, they're taking our jobs. They're moving into our communities. That they're devaluing the property, and they could just be lying or screwing the numbers.
Yes.
And that's that. We don't know. I don't know what information that they're looking at, but that to them might be the truth.
And